Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. And it's Eat Up Monday. Hey, what's going on, family? You guys already know what day it is. It is the day after Sunday. Welcome to another Eat Up Mondays. Listen, before we get into our meal, guys, once again, please click the like button. You know how that will help us out with the YouTube algorithm. I know y'all might be tired of me saying it, but I will say this. You guys have been doing a great job remembering to do that for us, and it really, truly has been helping spread the meals and the messages and the podcasts when we upload those as well. So thank you for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new, please click the subscribe button. It will notify you every time we upload a video. Now, guys, I know you guys brought your appetite. I brought my appetite as well. So without further ado, guys, let's dig in. This week, our meal is going to be coming out of Matthew chapter 15. We're going to be reading verses 22 through 28. And it reads as follows. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. So this woman, she comes to Jesus. She says, listen, have mercy on me. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. So we see here she has a problem, and she, this woman, she is absolutely a smart woman because she comes to someone that she knows without a shadow of a doubt who can fix it. And that's a lesson to us right off the rip, right? That if you truly have a burden, truly have a problem, nobody can help you with that problem like the Lord. But the next verse goes on to say, but he answered her not a word. Some of us, we've been there where we prayed, didn't get an answer right away. Might not have heard God say anything. Hopefully we didn't make up, something in our head that we thought God said and ran off and did something, outside of what God wanted us to do. Sometimes God doesn't speak right away, and we need to learn to be patient in those moments. But it says, but he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. So here she runs into two obstacles. One, the Lord doesn't even, acknowledge her. And two, now you got the disciples saying, listen, get her out of here. Tell her to go away. So this could be discouraging in itself, right? Especially for such an important matter. She's not here asking for some type of material thing, some type of house, some type of car. This is her daughter that's grievously vexed with the devil that truly does need healing. She's not even there for herself, right? She's there for her daughter, right? But it goes on to say, verse 24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Another obstacle. 25. Then came she, worshiped him, saying, Lord, help me. So she didn't allow that to stop her, right? Verse 26. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. And basically what he was saying is like, listen, this blessing truly isn't for you. But we're going to find out something that Jesus is doing here later on as we read these next couple of scriptures. But once again, here's another obstacle that she has run into, right? And it can be an obstacle to where it could be very discouraging, no matter how Jesus meant it, right? If somebody said that to us, even if they said it in the right meaning, in the terms of their time, in the terms of their day, just hearing the word dog would set something off in us, right? Verse 27 says, and she said, truth, Lord. So she said, listen, I acknowledge what you're saying. I totally confirm what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. She says, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Once again, she didn't allow that to discourage her. Verse 28 says, then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. And it's so much that we can pull from this message about our faith, right? And the importance of not allowing our faith to quit, to keep sticking with the faith that we have, to keep standing on what it is that we are standing on and trusting God for. This lady has so many opportunities to become discouraged, so many opportunities to walk away, but she did not. Why? She was focused on her goal. She was focused on what it is that she needed the Lord to do for her, and she stood her ground. She stood before the Lord. She waited until the Lord was ready to move, right? And understand what was happening here, right? Because we know the Lord knows all things, but this was a test of her faith. Jesus was testing her, right? Let's see if she's gonna walk away when I don't say anything. Let's see if she's gonna walk away when they're saying, "Oh, I'm tired of this lady, big mouth. Send her away." No, she stood tall. She says, "Listen, Lord, I understand all those things, but because I trust you and I know that you have my best interests at heart, I'm going to stand firm and keep trusting you, keep talking to you until I get an answer from you." And guess what, guys? Let's not leave this out. Even if it's the answer that we don't want, he still is in control. He still is our best go-to when we are going through in this world. He is the one that is our burden carrier, right? The one that we lay our burdens on. Sometimes when he comes back with a different answer, that just means that there's something else better for us, or it just means that that wasn't the place for us to go because maybe it was going to hurt us. Maybe, it just wasn't the purpose that God had for our lives, but we have to have that nevertheless, even when Jesus comes back with a different answer than what we expected him to have, right? Even if he comes back and tells us, no, you can't have that, whether that's no, never, or no, not right now, we have to still say, nevertheless, Lord, not my will be done, but thy will. But what I wanted to point out here was that she had a faith that would not stop, a faith that would not quit. She knew where to get her answer from, and she knew where her answer was going to come from, and where only her answer was going to come from. She didn't turn from the Lord when she didn't hear nothing from him and start asking other people to help and do this and that. She understood that if this thing is going to be done right, it's going to have to be done through the Lord. And that's something for us to understand and to remember, because sometimes when God don't answer fast enough, or things ain't moving fast enough, we go and try to get somebody else to help us in that situation, and we end up messing everything up. It's better to wait on the Lord, stand firm on his word, continue to trust in him, because you've seen what he did in your life in the past, right? And that's the thing we got to remember, our testimonies. We got to remember the things that God did for us in the past. Don't forget those things, because if he did it then he can do it now. But when you look in that 28th verse, listen to what Jesus said to her. He says, "O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt." And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. And what's so powerful is it wasn't even for her. Yes, that was her daughter, but it still wasn't for her, right? So that could have made it, even easier for certain people to walk away. Maybe because this was her daughter, it gave her a lot more strength to stand there and do what it is she was doing. But sometimes you may be asking for somebody that's just a friend, somebody you don't know, and because you don't hear anything or things didn't happen, you quickly walk away and say, "Oh, it just didn't happen. I couldn't do it." But nah, sometimes we just got to stand firm and wait for God to answer and lead us the right way. But I wanted to encourage you guys on this week. Stand firm on your faith. Hold on to what it is that you are trusting God for. Don't allow not hearing from God to discourage you. Don't allow, somebody saying, "Why you keep waiting on God to do that?" Don't allow none of these things to discourage you. Just wait until you hear from God. And I guarantee you, whatever he answers is going to be beneficial to your life. Amen. So know that I love you guys. I pray that this encouraged you guys. I pray that this encouraged somebody that maybe, you started walking away from what you was trusting. Maybe you started dibbling and dabbling in something that the Lord didn't tell you to do to fix that situation or to move forward in whatever it is that you had before him. Listen, stop right now, wait on God, and let him do what he has to do. But know that I love you guys. And until the next time we share a beautiful spiritual meal together, shalom.